Hey everyone, I'm back. With my Enraged Rabbit carrot fader once again. Trying to get this thing to work. I have no idea how much time I've spent on this thing, but it's a lot of time. Hey Nick. So yeah, today's trip down the rabbit hole is going to be swapping out the servo with something which I've heard is a little more able to hold its position. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, shouldn't be too difficult. As far as I know, all I need to do is, well, I don't even have to do, I only have to do half of this and swap it out. I think I'm going to take the one that's in there out first. Then, then we'll copy. You know what I mean? Right now, everything's all hooked up. Might be a pain in the butt. I don't even know what's holding it in there. Yeah, I'm gonna disconnect everything. That's the best bet. Okay. Oh, so yeah, this. Splitting. The main thing holding the gear, so it's fine. Thick. This little thin piece splitting. It seems all dark in there because the lights above the side. That's what I thought. Okay. Never ever had a flashlight that was so complicated. These are this uses the screws from the servo. So they're not hex, they're Phillips screws. Oh, I already have that in there. This is gonna be easy. Then I'll be printing things in 9 colors. You just wait and see. Not good. Are the wires here on the same place? Not good. Bend it out of there. Not bend it. Okay, so there we go. We need to reproduce this wiring on the new servo. Hey, Nico. How you doing? Okay, so this is the thing we've all been waiting for. See, this thing, I don't know. I don't know how much these cost. I could check. Let's see how much one of those costs. MG90S. So you can get 6 of them for $34. You can get 10 of them for $46. So they're very, very, very common. But one of these at a retail outlet here, because online it was $100. This cost me $55. $5 Canadian. Pretend. So I believe I have to put in, I need to install this. I need to power everything up. And yeah, I need to install it. I need to power everything up, and then I can put this back on. Can't see that. Looking at the wrong thing. At this. Sorry. Yeah. How many? I'm not sure. Like, how many printers do I have now? I still only have 5, 6, 5, 5.5. I don't know. But here this is a modification to allow a printer to print multiple colors. Okay. Let's see. No, I don't want to use that. That will wreck. Why am I not seeing the menu? Oh, these. I'm gonna make it a little longer. Screw up. It seems the colors are backwards. All right. Obviously not actually backwards. Wired. Same. Brown's still brown. Just coming out another one. Yeah, so I'm actually printing the latest version of the thing. I'm working on a way to connect the so this is the current version. I had to widen everything out because if you look carefully, see there's a tiny curve. Like this was actually coming off the bed, like just the smallest amount, like barely tell. I was looking at a picture of it, and I'm like, what? And then I took a ruler, and I'm like, okay, so slight curve to the bottom of it. I needed to make it stick better. So I'm doing a test print now, but it's messed up. Not that it's popped off. It's fine. Just that one of the one of the features. Let's see. I don't know why. Next. Cool. I'm really liking the on shape though. It's you know, but so it comes with some pluses and negatives. So on shape, basically the idea of these, what are they? Parametric CAD tools. They allow you to parameterize everything. So you want the length, punch in, enter 10 millimeters. Okay, perfect. So you got a 10 by 20 square. But the whole premise behind it is really kind of neat, where you draw a picture out of shapes on a flat surface, and then you choose elements within that picture and you pull them out into a 3D shape. And then any surface on that 3D shape you can create a new picture on and pull things out and push things in, and so the premise behind it is so much different than Blender, where basically you've got a chunk of clay. So Meganico, what I'm doing here is not sorry, I'm just changing subjects for a second. These are all built. These are all home-built printers. So what I have here, probably the cheapest one was probably about $1,300, maybe. This one might have been cheaper because this used to be a Creality Ender 3. But yeah, I guess this would probably have been cheaper. But you know, these days there's good 3D printers for there's reasonably good 3D printers to print certain things for $300, $400. You can get printing. But these things over here, I don't know. Yeah, so you see these over here, the ones in cabinets. They're made for printing different materials. So rather than like, this is all open, and this which is open, these print PLA. Those bigger ones, they can print PLA, but they're mainly made for printing ABS and more exotic materials. And they're more expensive, basically, because you've got a whole cabinet. Yeah, so the Blender difference. So you know, I ran into something yesterday where I basically have the hole for this hole right here, where the so yeah, the hole right here where this fits in. Well, it goes up and then it closes off and then it goes up more. So it changes from like a 10.5 millimeter hole to like an 8.5 millimeter hole. And in doing that, there is a you know, it changes abruptly and goes back up. And you know, I fixed it with a chamfer. Yeah, so that I've got the angle. But in Blender, you know, I would have simply grabbed that edge, dragged it up a bit. So it's a completely different way to get from A to B with Blender versus these parametric CAD tools. Now there are parametric tools, plugins for Blender, but I figured I don't want to go that route. That would allow me to go back to my old ways too easily, and and that's the other thing with Blender, eh? You can easily lead yourself down a path that's impossible, and you won't know it until it doesn't work. So that's another difference between Blender and the Onshape and the tools like that, you know. Or I can't remember. I do kind of like Onshape in the sense that like I can just fire it up on any machine, log into my account, and in a web browser, and everything's there. And I do know that everything that I do learn on Onshape applies to most of the other ones, one way or another. You know, the buttons are in different places, but you're still doing the same thing. I believe that there's even a format that you can files back. Of course, you know, it's the funny thing is I could have put, like, instead of what I'm doing, which is in the long run, I'm importing all the pieces into Blender, and I'm building the printer, pre-building the printer in Blender. Like I've got, you know, most of the outer stuff already done in Blender. Not pre-building it, I guess not pre-building it at all. Post-building it in Blender right now. But I do want to get to the point where, well, I guess I am at the point where I can take the new parts into Blender and fit everything before they have to fit. Okay, so there we go. Now, this same way as this. Ground wire goes first. That way. Cool. Right. Shoot. Why are you crooked? I haven't crimped it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we've duplicated. You have there. Now, if I recall correctly, I may or may not, the servo is the opposite of the other servo. That for after. Now somehow, like by opposite, I mean I okay, there. Hey, DJ Nettie. Yeah. I do here. Screws just fall out of this. One at a time. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to take this whole thing, lie it on the side. Okay. Yeah, Meganico, if and based on where you live, it probably you know, if you wanted a 3D printer, Prusa is a very good option. A little pricey compared to like a Reality or something. That's not good, but really worth it when it comes to ease of use. What was the other one that everybody's been viewing lately? That's the reasonably priced one. It runs Clipper, version 7 or something. Oh, okay, we're good. There we go. This is going to work out just fine. Here I was worried. Okay, so somehow this needs to go in there, but as you can see, as I can see, it doesn't fit. See what I mean by it doesn't fit? Crush the wire. Didn't mean it. No. I think I'm going to try again. Swap those, not that screw that I already put in. The next one that I'm going to put in. I think I want a one of these. No, not one of those. M2. That's 10. Just because I hate Phillips screws. Like, really, you're gonna basically create 4 ramps for yeah, no. I hate Phillips screws. I have like 4 bits that I use all the time, so I leave them there. One of them happens to be the bit for the yeah, it's too long. Ah. Okay, you know what? I got this. I'm prepared. I have little itty bitty ones. Doesn't sound like it's going in 5mm. Yeah, you know, I'd buy a Prusa, but by the time I'd get it here, it would cost me like $1,000. And then I look at something like this. Okay, shut up. That costs you, like, yeah. And everything I build here costs way more. I don't know. Flawed logic, I guess, on my part. I bought a Prusa to begin with, and I wouldn't have gone down this rabbit hole. But yeah, for a maintenance-free printer, they're excellent. Not maintenance-free. So. But if you want to do this, hey, Collie. Whoa. That's not good. Oh, no. Yes. Oh, yeah. Something like that. That's not good at all. Looks like it's there. Need my connector tools. find itself. It's yay! I really like the idea of the Prusa XL, but I don't think I'd buy you know, at the level I'm at, I don't think I'd buy a for free or mini. There we go. There and there. Yeah, originally, of course, I got a 3D printer built. I didn't know that 3D printer, that stuff, I mean, was going to end up being other 3D printers. The frame for my original 3D printer is still sitting down there. The Ender 5 Pro. Yeah, so, you know, never know what's gonna happen. Hey. Probably done something better with that. But there's a problem. What? Okay. It's it's hitting the tops. The servo is hitting them. Better now. Actually, much better now. Okay, whatever. So yeah, you know, 3D printers can lead you to places you don't expect. I've done useful things with 3D printers. Fix the vacuum cleaner. Actually, that's wrong. Somebody else fixed the vacuum cleaner. I printed the part and put it on. I just got it online from somebody else. Now I'm at a point where I can probably make it. But it takes time. Printers, they just print more printers. And now I've become dangerous. I've got Squirrel Brain in the Discord, and I'm seeing all the pictures of the stuff he's doing to printers. I've got a frame for a printer down there that I'd like to do something with. So yeah, I'm starting to, and I'm getting some CAD experience, so that I'm heading down the right road. Okay, here we are. Here we are now. I need this. This arm, because we need to power this on and turn the arm to the right place. Wow, that motor's making a lot of noise. But for some reason, when you move the servo, motor turns on. Okay, so that's servo up. So in my infinite wisdom, I'm just going to screw this thing in there with without looking and assuming that everything's going to be okay. Or am I not? Yeah, I am. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, wait a minute. Got to change those config values. Wait a minute. ERCF motor's off. Machine. ERCF parameters, right? Okay, so yes, that's exactly what it is. Got to flip it. So 140 is up to Sabux, and 30 down. Ah, I heard it. It did something. It's a completely different sound. It sounds much more powerful. Okay. Go. Why is nothing happening? Is that the right screw? I think the bigger problem is I can't see it because the light's like it's all backlit. I need flashlight. Fine to me. What is going on? Oh, there's something that's not right. It's not. The screws won't screw into the servo. The arm's on, and properly it looks like, as far as it'll go on. So I'm gonna have to pull this down again. Sure that is. Yeah, it's in the right position. I hope it's in the right position. Find out. Yes. Okay, so servo up. Wow. Making all sorts of funny noises. soft. Oh. Well, like, yeah, there's no way. You're not even making it through the plastic. What's going on? Looks fine. Okay, the other one's tiny longer. But okay. That's interesting. So they've made the threads on this. Okay. Later, Meganico. So the ERCF does the main extruder reverse? Yes, yes. The main the sequence is from going down. It's from the block or from the gate to the encoder, and the encoder sees that it's turning, and then it says, okay, I can push it so many millimeters down to here, and it should be against the extruder. Then it lets go, and the extruder starts pulling and pushes it down a certain amount so that it knows it's at the nozzle, and then it goes back to the print. On the way out, it basically does a little sequence to create a tip, and then rolls it back out to the top above the extruder. This sees when that's done, and it pulls it back a certain amount using the encoder. And then pulls it back a certain amount using the encoder until it sees the encoder's not moving, and then it pulls it back to where it assumes it's through the gate, and then it moves back to the next color. Okay, so this is not going to work. That is a coarse thread, that's a fine thread. I could try a drill bit to carve out a bit by hand, not on a drill. That would be crazy. Screw it up completely. I'd have to print it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to print another one, but it's not right now. It's good. It connected. Go back to testing. So I got about another 400, 500 bucks for the Trihydrid X that I can put into it. So I'm not sure what I should buy. I can get all the CAN bus stuff. I can get the bed, not the bed, the PI sheet. I could get a couple other things in that list. Or I could just buy the bed. Not sure what to do. It looks like the bed's going to cost me about 300 bucks. That's insane. That's literally insane. $300 for a bed. I can go on a website and buy a 3D printer for 300 bucks. I know the bed's a piece of crap. That's not my point. Okay. Made noise. Okay, let's try again. ERCF home. Servo down. It's down too. It didn't move. It's still down. Now it's up. Oops. ERCF motor is off. It needs to be like the Amazon thing, where ERCF is its name. Hey, Squirrel Brain! Going good. Oh, the print's done. The print is done. Okay. I had to put a brim on this. Kept on popping off. And I screwed up. I messed up. So this is the latest version. Got everything in it. I think I need to thicken up the bottom here and here so that it doesn't come off the bed. But whatever. That's the latest version, except I somehow deleted fillet or chamfer on there. I fixed it already, and I forgot to turn the print thin walls off. There should be a hole there, but yeah, it's going pretty good. So the next thing here is I've got this slot pattern on the front here, and I need to basically take the top of it and make like a triangle, and this is where I'm having problems. I'm unable to switch from this plane to this plane, but I'm working on it. And then I need to get rid of the rest of this pattern here. The pattern should only be at the bottom, hold everything in, and then it's basically going to just be a heat set insert, and it should be a single screw. If I'm looking at the angles right, there should be no reason for anything else. One screw should hold everything in. And it should print fine because everything will be attached on a thing 45 degrees. So yeah, that's going great. But on the other hand, we are working on the ERCF, so things can go any way. You know what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take this nice unprinted on bed. I'm going to put it out of the way. I'm going to take the bed that I actually use. Oh, that's dirty. I'm expecting to print something, am I? We're in ERCF territory here. I have no expectation. Okay. Loaded up one. You know, I'm gonna also blame some of the issues on the Enraged Rabbit feeder as on the carrot patch. The feeder's not blamed for everything. Carrot patch has some fault in all this. Okay, so there we are. Let's heat up a hot end, and you know what? I'm gonna bring it up on here. Don't really need to heat up the bed. So I was thinking about something the other day. Oh, swirl. From what I've seen between the difference between fusion and Onshape, you'd be able to switch back and forth without any issues. It's all basically the same idea of, as far as I can tell, is building a plane, working on a plane and then extruding or etc. So that you'd have no problem. There we go. Are you kidding me? Why would you put that bar there? My God. I thought, oh, I'll fix everything. I'll use Microsoft Edge. And then the bar down the side will be the right color. But Microsoft Edge puts a bar itself down the other side, which breaks the size of the web page. There we go. And I was going to say, and then stops the 3-column layout and it becomes a 2-column layout. Okay, so basically we want ERCF home. And T0, right? What? Oh, first time's the charm, it looks like. So let's see. Heard squishy. Squishy. I heard squishy, squishy. That's really descriptive there. Aren't you glad you have me as your narrator? I heard squishy, squishy. So that looked like it worked. So now I'm going to T1. What happened? The issue with the ERCF has to do out of print. Reason: too much slippage. The issue is, I don't like going around corners. Too hard. ERCF unload. Where's the unload? Where does it think it is right now? What does it think it's doing? Try it again. Okay, so guess what? Guess what? You're not going to believe it. Servo's not going down. Just bouncing back up again. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Trident up. Heat up the printer. 255. 105. Let's go to the ERCF. We're gonna go to STLs. Actually, I'm gonna open Blender. I'm gonna import STL file. I'm gonna go into the folder with all my project files. They're basic STLs for printers. We're going to look for the ERCF. Enraged Rabbit project. I'm going to go to the carrot feeder, STLs. I have CAD. Whatever. And what we need is the arm. Selector. Servo arm. We have servo arm and CAD. I'm gonna go. So I don't know if I can share this. I can share it. You can't see me because whatever. So basically the problem here is the screw isn't this big. Obviously this isn't going to take long to print. So what I would do in this case might be easier in CAD now that I know. I would just change the depth or whatever. But what I would do is just basically go in and select. Why isn't it selecting? Okay. Select all this stuff. And we need to move it in the y-axis a bit. It's not that big. Not much. If I really need to know this, how far is it from there to there? That's a millimeter. That's not the right angle. So again, I can measure it properly. Got 1.2 millimeters now, 1.3 even. Where was it? It was there before. Okay. That's it. 3D print. Check all. There's some zero faces and stuff like that. Make it manifold. Make sure everything's good. Exported. So you can see it would be a completely different workflow because there is no going back to a step and changing a parameter. Yeah. It's already heated up and ready to go. Now in CAD, it would have been a matter of importing the file into CAD program, same as we imported it into Blender, so there wouldn't be really much difference there. The difference might be that the whole ERCF might be in a single file. Didn't look. And in a few minutes, we should have a new servo arm, which means I've got to take the servo arm off, which means I need to disconnect everything. Oh. I think this is where the problems with this is going to occur. Because for some reason, I think when I load this thing back up, it's going to be like, oh yeah, everything's loaded into tool 0. We're ready to go. So that won't be the case. So I've been told, I've heard rumors, that I should definitely buy a package of Voron switches. Not necessarily for end stops. The pieces of crap that I'm using right now are just fine for end stops, but for clicking. I should have shut that properly. I hear that accuracy is so much better when you're using switches. Like when I go to do the bed leveling, it often goes twice. Well, I guess the initial one, and then so I've been printing in gray ASA. What I had a large amount of. This might actually be printed in ASA. Maybe that's why that thing's splitting. Yeah, it should be printing in ASA. It is a really tall printer. So when I built my, this is the Ender switch wire with my deck extension on it. When I built this, I have them here. It's about that much taller than a regular Ender wire. I had 2040s from the Tronxy that I had at one point. Actually, it was a Tronxy I bought for parts. They were on sale for like 300 something dollars, like cheap, $329.99 or $330, something like that. And I thought, well, it's got a whole bunch of parts, so I bought it. It never printed anything as a Tronxy. It was immediately a parts printer, a parts thing, and I built a printer out of it. And then when I was building the Enderwire, I had these parts. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I've got the rails. Again, something I bought, put on to build that Core XY that I was building out of that Tronxy. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna really build a giant, tall printer. And there's a purpose, and actually, it's going to happen. I have the parts. They're only $20-some, but this is I'll go get it. Just so you know, it's going to happen. So there's two reasons for this printer being a multi-material printer and being so tall. One, it could print this. But I want to print this in red with white writing. Not pink writing, not fading from red to pink writing. I would like proper white writing. And I don't want to have to paint it. I was also thinking of putting a, I don't know, different color in here, but we'll see. Probably all going to be red with white writing. And then having the bottom open, or maybe having just a hole that I can run a cord through. Then I'm going to take a lamp kit. It'll also obviously be not this one, because this is open. This is actually printed with like 2 layers on the walls and no infill. So this is like double-walled hollow. In the other case of the other one, it'll have infill. It'll have a lot more weight than this. This is like empty. But I'm going to create the top so it'll take a lamp kit, and I can put a lamp thing, and then I'm going to get a red lamp shade and make a stencil that says Nuka-Cola. Spray that on there. Then I'm going to have a Nuka-Cola lamp. It's been in the works for a long time. But that's the plan. Because, you know, Fallout 4. No, Fallout 3. Oh, yeah, I guess. And I don't know the Fallout 1 and 2 original games. But yeah, that's why it's a really tall printer. And that was a very long story for no reason. I'm going to make more coffee. You guys wait here. A little water. Make coffee. Oh, print's done. Oh, what's that? It's ugly. That's really ugly. Why is that so ugly? Did I have like print it really bad checked? I think I know. screwed something up. Luckily, it only takes 7 minutes. I just can't believe how bad it is. What? Heater back on. Complaining because I tried down the filament below minimum. Here. Why? Change it to. Got crazy fast. I've got Voron parts. And then the best I can do is 0.2. No. Why can't I do a... Okay, that looks better. Sorry to say though, it's gonna take a whopping 13 minutes now instead of 7. I'm gonna print it in ABS. So it does look like when it works, it works. And when I don't screw it up myself, it'll continue to work. Oh yeah, now I'm remembering the other stuff that was in my Amazon shopping cart. It was the red and the orange and the gray filament, polymaker filament. But yeah. Still bad. Moving. Got to get all that ASA out. See how you do with that, printer. problem, eh? Maybe you can, but if it was focused, you could. Yeah, that's supposed to be the thing that goes on the teeth. Ears. I guess you could press it on there if you really forced it. But I'd rather have, yeah, now there's teeth on it. I created teeth by forcing it on there. This is gonna seem stupid, but I'm gonna turn this on. Not like it's gonna go, oh, I'm sideways, I can't print. I want to make sure that the servo is in the right place when I go to put the servo, the arm on, because I'm not gonna put it back up. I forgot it was heated up. I think the difference with the ASA is when I'm printing with ASA, I normally have to turn down the flow to about 96%, or I get weird artifacts. And I think I even noticed some on the arm that was printed earlier. What I did fit. Check if that fits actually. Oh, and I've got this weird thing happening with this. I don't know what it's doing, but it's making it's like gripping only one way though. And when I move it that way, it's fine. That way, it's like there's something stuck underneath it. I don't know, weird. I'm gonna take the carriage off, re-grease the thing, and see what happens. Okay, servo down, servo up. Motors not squeezed. It's such a fine part, I shouldn't be printing at 280 per second. Oh, the coffee. Oh, there's coffee ready. I can smell it. I guess if this doesn't print, I can always force that other one there. I don't think it's not looking good. It's not looking. Oh, really? Really? You want to play it that way? It came off. Right. And I'm gonna lower the bed 0.2 millimeters. Or raise the bed. The opposite of lower. Eventually, it'll all come together. I should make sure the screw fits. Like it does. Of course, no, that doesn't fit. It's got to be a much more accurate print. I'm also guessing that it's designed specifically for the cheap, really cheap servo. Because it does, it literally drops right on there. Whereas the expensive servo, it has a completely different profile. I would say that it's never going to fit myself. But there we go. Pressed it on there. I don't think it's fit though. Not on there at all. Because now we're just basically forcing it on. Okay, so this problem might be twofold. It might be that the hole doesn't go down deep enough, but it also might be that the gear goes down too deep. Very easy to fix. Okay. This one doesn't work. We'll try another one. What's going on? Why? Is things not allowed to stick to the bed anymore? Is that a new rule? So yeah, it's off the bed again. This is weird. I don't normally have problem stuff coming off the bed. Not usually an issue. But yeah, it's basically a curled up mess. One printed in ASA just fine. Yeah. Oh, sorry. See the can't see the gears are not all shiny like this one, but they're literally different, slightly different sizes. I thought these things were standard, but maybe the cheap pieces of crap servos don't follow the standard. Or maybe there are no. Wild Wild West. Servo, Wild Wild West. Where's the package of servos? So, based on what I know, I should be able to take any of this stuff fit it on this, and it does. It fits. So why does that fit on there so easily? So much so. It just doesn't go. There's like a big gap there, which means it won't screw down. I almost wish that that wasn't a gear and it was almost like a keyed shaft. That would be, you know. See how it goes. Look at how nicely that printed on the 2.4 versus what this did. Got ASA on the Trident. I don't think the gear is showing up. But I changed it back to 0.2 layer height. Seems to be preventing fine now. Wiring, for some reason, on the servo is, it looks like they're all about to pull out of the connector. Oh, this is supposed to be a 6-minute print. So this is actually the third adjustment to this thing. So I have moved it, everything in. So hopefully the shorter gear stub is all made up for. Everything else is the same, but that stub only comes out about that far. There is no like there's a part where there's no gear on. In this one, the gear's like all the way. You can tell it's much better quality, but I don't know if it's going to be as helpful. That's basically what I'm looking for. It might not be a good thing that it's a better quality device when it comes to this part. So does anybody else, like I've got the Revo on this printer. I'm finding that, that when I go to clean off the Revo, it like sometimes turns. And of course that adjusts the and of course I might go in there with that glove, and after it's done its leveling, if I see a drip before it's going to print, I might go and wipe it off. But if it turns at all, it changes the height. So yeah, I've been noticing that lately. I don't think it should be turning that easily. Why does the ABS print look so much better than the ASA print? Oh, 2 hours in. I guess I've installed the servo. That's happened. It still doesn't fit. It doesn't freaking fit. Is that just another 50 wasted dollars? Another $50 wasted on the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder. Suggested parts don't actually work. It's not like I've gone off brand here and chose a different servo. I am literally using the suggested hardware. One of them doesn't. That other servo, I was on the third one. The two previous ones just died and stopped working. So here we go again. Depends what you're buying, I would say. You know, I think it'd be very similar here. You know, like I could get 10 of these for less than $50. 10 of these servos for less than the price of one of those servos. So the price of the servo is more based on its quality in this case. But on the other hand, generally shipping is what kills killing commerce in Canada in that sense. Oh. Edge. So, home, ERCF home. Home. ERCF servo down. It's down, it's not coming up. I ask it. Okay, so try it again. Heating up the printhead. It needs to be hot for filament to be extruded. Seems. Who knew? Crazy, all these rules. So, are we taking bets now? Is it going to work? Is it going to fail? Is it going to fail to work? Or are we going to find something completely different wrong with it? I go with option D. See what worries me? It says tool 0 enabled. I've actually shut the machine off. So how do I stop that from thinking it's selected on gate 0? Oh, okay, so it's selected. Homed. Okay, so yes, filament position is not loaded. Okay, that's fine. This is kind of nice information it gives me here. So, T0. What are you doing? Completely useless piece of crap. An issue with the ERCF has been detected. Failed to reach the extruder gear. Seriously, what is going on? Piece of garbage. There you go. There's fresh filament. All loaded up, easy to get to. Variable saved. Why are you saving anything? So now it thinks the filament is down to here. How do you stop it from thinking that? Who knows? If I were to reset the damn printer, it would still think the filament's down to here. I really, really don't like that, where it saves those variables like that. And then there's no eject. What does eject do? Eject makes it realizes it's stupid and it doesn't know what's going on? Because it's literally stupid and doesn't know what's going on, eh? Okay, it wasn't even over the right tool. Okay, so T0. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I have no idea what it's doing now. Failed to reach extruder gear after moving 50 millimeters. Why are you moving 50 millimeters? What do you mean failed to? It was in the frickin' extruder gear. I literally had to put... You know why I hate this thing? Because of stupid crap like this. Just total BS. Doesn't make any sense at all. Like, you've literally got an encoder right here. So, one of the problems I'm having with this whole thing is this. If I go and home this, and I go servo down, it immediately removes control out of my hands, so the servo's down. But this motor's locked, which means that I cannot manually use this knob that you printed, so that you could manually turn things. Because as soon as I put the servo down, they turn the motor on. Knob, useless. Like, it should not exist. Let's take that, we'll throw that away, because that's garbage. It's completely useless. Why does it exist? I have no idea. But it's in a better state right now. But yeah, if I now turn the motor off, it lifts the frickin' servo. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that me putting the servo down turns on the fucking motor. Oh, so there's what? There's no way to turn off a specific motor? Really? Okay. Well, we're gonna make a leap here. Okay, I gotta go get that knob. I have no idea. It's gonna be a... Who the hell knows where it went? Wow. That's neat. It's gone. Wow. Crazy. But yeah, there's no way in the world that should be a thing. That should not be that way at all. When I tell it to shut off the motors, it should shut off the motors. Otherwise, it's useless. So it would seem to me But that's got pretty damn good grip on that filament. Yeah, there's no way what's happening should be happening. Like I can literally grab the filament and it turns. So I don't know what's going on there. I would say there's a logic flaw somewhere. And I think it has to do with a state issue. It thinks it's in a certain state, but it's not. And therefore it does something that's not right. And right now, yeah, it thinks it's in the state where the filament's down here. Okay, so right now, it thinks tool 1 is tool 0 is selected. We're going to home again because tool 0 is not selected. And we're literally going to do basically exactly the same thing, except we're going to let it turn the motor. And we're going to see what happens. P0. Ah, fuck. Okay. I'm done. I'm done. I am done. So that's the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder. It will drive you out of your bloody mind no matter what. The suggested servos have different gear sizes, and therefore the better servo can't really be used because there's no arm for it. And that's the state of affairs. This is really pulling me down. This shouldn't be a money pit. And that's what it is. It's a money sink. Upgrade this, upgrade that. You know, the number of times I had to, you know, the amount of time I've dumped into this thing. It ate 3 servos before, you know, this one. So I'm done. I don't think I'll be touching this on cam again, because right now all I feel inside is to just tear that thing off there and throw it away. Just literally take all of that hardware and throw it in the garbage. It is not worth it. So I think that's the end of the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder. You know, if you're going to suggest a servo, have a part that fits it. I'm going to end the stream with that. Thanks for coming, everybody. I'm sorry things did not turn out good, but I guess they probably turned out as expected, being it's the Enraged Rabbit. Later, everyone.